right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, making the team. She's a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, but she calls North St. Louis County home. The support here that helped make her dreams come true.
Temperatures are dropping quickly tonight. It'll be the coolest morning in over 3 months in St. Louis. When it gets toasty again, and if the warmer weather brings rain chances.
First tonight, carjacked in the Central West End. The victim, an Amazon delivery driver.
It's like every day you wake up as something has happened.
Neighbors say enough is enough.
I'm Ann Allred. Mike Bush has the night off. Tonight, St. Louis police are looking for the 2 masked men who robbed an Amazon delivery driver and took off with her car and all the undelivered packages inside. New tonight, our Elise Schoenig went to the Central West End neighborhood where it happened.
When we moved to this area, I did for safety, I thought.
Catherine Billups has lived in the Central West End for 14 years.
Yes, I'm trying to move.
In those 14 years, she's moved 3 times, and not by choice.
So nothing's safe around here unless it's gated.
Early Saturday morning, St. Louis police responded to an incident where 2 masked men robbed an Amazon delivery driver at gunpoint. It was off of North Taylor Avenue and West Pine Boulevard, right by the building Billups currently calls home.
We've come out later in the day, and that's when we discovered that some of the vehicles on the property have been damaged, broken into.
Billups says these incidents have jaded her. Other than moving, she says there's one clear solution.
We need much more patrolling that's being done now, and I think that would alleviate most of the problem.
It's not the first time St. Louis City Police have responded to this kind of call this year. In March, another Amazon delivery driver was held at gunpoint and robbed in South St. Louis. But this latest crime happened too close to home for Billups.
It's like every day you wake up as something has happened in the Central West End.
Thanks to scary times like these, she says she might be looking for a home number 4.
Do you think this really paints a picture of the Central West End?
Yes.
Reporting in the Central West End, Elise Schoenig, 5 on your side.
About an hour ago, we reached out to Amazon again for a statement. We've yet to receive a response. It is important to note an Amazon delivery truck was not stolen. The victim was making the deliveries in her own Jeep Compass. Tonight, a day of remembrance comes to a close. It was 21 years ago today. Terrorists hijacked 4 airliners to take down the Twin Towers at the World Trade Center, along with an attack at the Pentagon. Nearly 3,000 Americans died that fateful morning. Trade Center Memorial, a moment of silence was held at 8:46 a.m., the moment the first plane hit the North Tower. The names of each victim were read aloud. Vice President Kamala Harris was among the dignitaries in attendance. President Joe Biden took part in the ceremonies at the Pentagon. He says although American forces have left Afghanistan, his administration continues to hunt down those responsible for the September 11th attacks.
The enduring resolve of the American people to defend ourselves against those who seek us harm and deliver justice to those responsible for the attacks against our people has never once faltered.
First Lady Jill Biden spoke at the Flight 93 Memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. The plane crashed in a farm field after passengers thwarted the hijackers' plans to crash it into the U.S. Capitol. In O'Fallon, Missouri, people gathered at the 9/11 Memorial. A Patriot Day ceremony was held before a 1-mile remembrance walk in honor of all the first responders who made the ultimate sacrifice that day. Around 100 people showed up despite the morning rain.
The people who come here, it is extremely important to them. And so if 10 people show up, 15 people show up, it doesn't lose its importance. The importance is that we honor and remember, and that is what this walk's about.
The department held its annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb at Enterprise Center. Firefighters, police officers, and civilians climbed 110 stories. That's the height of the World Trade Center towers. Today is also a National Day of Service. Hundreds of volunteers gathered at Chaifetz Arena to pack 200,000 meals for the St. Louis Area Food Bank. Their efforts will continue tomorrow. Tonight, Queen Elizabeth is at rest inside her official Scottish residence in Edinburgh, Scotland. It is the beginning of what King Charles III is calling her last great journey. Thousands line the streets of Scotland's capital as her flag-draped coffin arrived in a glass hearse. The procession started this morning at her summer home in Balmoral, where she died last week. Tomorrow, she will lie in state at St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh for 24 hours. On Tuesday, the Royal Air Force will accompany the Queen on her final flight to London. Her funeral will take place 1 week from tomorrow. In just a few hours, King Charles is expected to appear before Parliament to receive condolences and deliver remarks. We will carry it live during the 4 a.m. hour of Today in St. Louis. Also tonight, Democrats brought one of the most powerful politicians in the country to campaign in the Metro East this weekend. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, caught up with Majority Whip Jim Clyburn at a barbecue in Cahokia Heights. Mark?
And politics might be the main course when Jim Clyburn's in town, but you better be sure there's going to be a lot of side dishes of food there. In South Carolina, it's his fish fry that can catapult a candidate to the White House. In Cahokia Heights yesterday, it was a barbecue that brought Democrats out to rally for Nikki Budzinski in her campaign for Congress.
Between bites of barbecue and brownies,
the Democratic majority runs through this district.
The third most powerful member of Congress rallied Democrats to get out to vote for Nikki Budzinski this November or risk losing control of Congress.
What happens if the House Republicans retake the majority in the next 2 years? What does that mean for the Biden agenda?
Well, I think it would be catastrophic for the country.
House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn said democracy is in danger after January 6th and could fall to autocracy if Republicans take over.
President Biden called it semi-fascism. What did you make of that remark?
He was talking about what he called the so-called MAGA Republicans. I have some of them living in my neighborhood, so I know very well what he's talking about. He's talking about people who have decided that one individual is more important than the whole.
That's a pretty radical term in and of itself.
Republican Regan Deering recently pushed back against Biden's describing MAGA Republicans as semi-fascist.
He is discrediting probably half the country's population that maybe was a supporter of Donald Trump.
On the stump, Clyburn offered a revised version of former President Trump's signature slogan.
We don't need to make this country great again. This country is great. What we need to do is to make that greatness accessible and affordable for all of its citizens.
He connected with voters' cost of living concerns, describing the costs his wife paid struggling to stay alive.
And I saw her monthly bill for insulin. Some months, $900, other months, $1,200. Insulin has been around for 100 years.
Congress approved the Inflation Reduction Act, which capped the out-of-pocket cost of insulin for seniors on Medicare at $35 a month. Clyburn says if Democrats keep control of Congress,
we're going to cap it for the rest of the people.
Budzinski pointed out her Republican rival, Deering, opposed the Inflation Reduction Act.
She doesn't support capping the cost of insulin.
In a statement tonight, Regan Deering pushing back, saying, quote, I support capping the cost of insulin and other life-saving drugs and would certainly vote to do so. But she added this disclaimer that proposal in Congress would have to be, quote, in a responsible, standalone bill. Deering and Budzinski are slated to debate next month.
Thank you, Mark. Voters in St. Louis City will head to the polls on Tuesday for a special election. They will choose a new president of the Board of Aldermen. Alderwoman Megan Green and Alderman Jack Coder are vying for the job that's left vacant after Lewis Reed's resignation. Reed and 2 other board members were federally indicted in a pay-to-play scheme. This will be the first election under Missouri's new voter ID law. Voters must show a current Missouri driver's license or government-issued ID in order to cast a ballot. Voter registration cards or a student ID will no longer be accepted.
Chasing 700 is sponsored by CarShield.
Albert sends one out to deep right center. It's at the wall. Gone! He's done it!
Gives you chills, doesn't it? Albert Pujols is now just 3 home runs shy of hitting 700 career homers. Number 697 came today in Pittsburgh at the most opportune time, down 2-1 in the 9th. Albert hit a 2-run blast over the center field wall. He is now in sole possession of 4th place on the all-time list after tying Alex Rodriguez last night with that 696th homer. The Cardinals beat the Pirates 4-3. A live look now at Busch Stadium. Can Albert hit 700 at home? We'll have plenty of opportunity this week. Here you go. Cardinals will start a 7-game homestand Tuesday night against the Brewers. That includes a doubleheader against the Reds on Saturday. Tickets still available for all the games. Next Sunday will be a hot ticket Albert Pujols bobblehead giveaway. Sports director Frank Cusimano will have much more on the chase for 700 coming up on Sports Plus.
She is the newest member of one of the most iconic cheerleading squads.
It's just crazy to think that I'm living this dream right now.
This Dallas Cowboys cheerleader's message to young girls in her hometown of St. Louis. Hospital sticker shock. A viral TikTok claims one easy step to combat surprise medical billing. We verify.
Some of us have already dropped into the 50s right now. The coolest night in over 3 months. You'll need sunglasses tomorrow and a light wrap heading out the door, but you won't need the rain gear. And maybe not all this week. I'll show you why.
Tonight, a consumer alert for Schnucks shoppers in St. Peters. The Mid-River store is recalling fresh ground beef sold today because they could contain metal shavings. The affected products listed on your screen were sold today between 10:15 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Hopefully we'll get those products up for you. They should have a sell-by date of September 12th. Again, if you bought them today, customers can return the ground beef to the store for a full refund or an exchange. And this is, again, only the Mid-Rivers location in St. Peters. You just watched the Dallas Cowboys kick off their season against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football. And a St. Louisan was on the sidelines at AT&T Stadium to cheer on America's team. New tonight, 5 on your side's Travis Cummings talked with one of the newest Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders about fulfilling a dream by making the team.
I definitely shed a few tears, that's for sure.
The stars are now aligned for 22-year-old Kayla Hayes.
So super exciting knowing that I earned my 15 stars and earned my boots from the past 9 weeks.
Hayes named one of 9 rookies you'll see on the field this season cheering on the Dallas Cowboys. The Florissant native fascinated with NFL cheerleaders and NBA dancers since she was a little girl.
I think when I was younger growing up, seeing also a lot of African-American women, especially when the Rams were in St. Louis, and just seeing people who looked like me really inspired me, knowing that if they could do it, then I could see myself up there one day.
Her support system back home saw that too.
We would make music videos when we were younger, and we would practice our tricks together, and it just kind of started off. I would do dance class first, and she would just kind of watch me.
I knew that she was gonna like it because during her first recital, she smiled and she knew all of her steps.
Continue to doing dance after college and to be a professional, that's a pretty high honor, so we're very happy for her.
At 5 years old, Hayes happily twirled into DK Dance Productions, where she danced and snagged awards till the time she graduated high school.
This will be her last time competing as a soloist.
But above all this, I wish you love.
What I remember most about her as a kid is like her smile.
To her coach, Darcy Ward, she's the student every teacher wants.
Works hard, asks questions, wants to know more, wants to be better every single time.
The two bonded over the hit show, Making the Team.
And she's like, just know this is going to be you in a couple of years, when I would watch the show. And it's just crazy to think that I'm living this dream right now.
Ward welcoming Hayes home to the studio and helping her with her rigorous audition process to become one of America's sweethearts.
To see them grab a hold of their dream and really take it far is the best feeling. She has so many little eyes looking up to her for the great role model that she has always been.
Hayes has a word for other young girls looking to make it.
Go for it and just to keep dreaming big and setting new goals for yourself every day.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Great story. Hayes' family traveled to Dallas. They were in the stands, and you saw pictures of them on the field tonight to cheer her on. Some of the best St. Louis cuisine was served up all in one spot today. The Taste in Ferguson featured food tasting from more than 20 area restaurants. Also beer, wine, spirit sampling, along with some live music. The event raises money for the Angels at Work Scholarship. 5 on your side's Anthony Slaughter, we're proud to say, served as MC of that event. And you know what? I know there was some rain, Scott, but it was kind of refreshing. It felt like a little bit like football season.
You know, the rain was early in the morning and then it was out of here, and then we were able to clear the clouds out. And so this evening we had a great sunset around St. Louis. That's looking out into Chesterfield. 74 for the high today. That's it. You have to go back into May before you find temperatures that cool during the daytime hours. The morning low was 63, and tomorrow morning cooler than it's been since the beginning of June for sure. Temperatures, once you get away from town, already down into the 50s tonight. Cook Station down in southern portions of Crawford County already down to 53 degrees. Alton's 56, Warrenton's 55. Cool across the area. Hey, you know, the weekend wasn't perfect, but it sure started out nice. Bonnie shared this picture from Greenfield, Illinois with us on our 5 on Your Side Weather Watchers page. We'd love you to join us. You can search 5 on Your Side Weather Watchers on Facebook, join our group, and we'd love to get your weather reports and see your pictures when weather's going on. Yes, we started the weekend just fine. We had those scattered showers and thunderstorms yesterday during the afternoon. Then the morning rain today, and then the clouds moved out. The breeze kicked up, and the temperatures were pretty comfortable this afternoon. Now we're dropping back into the 50s and low 60s still in town. But more important, the dew point temperatures have backed off down into the 40s right now. And as we head through the next few days, incredibly dry air. In fact, all week long, moisture is very limited, so it's going to be a comfortable week around the St. Louis area for sure. Right now, Lambert's at 63 degrees, your dew point's 49. The numbers for today end up being below average for sure, and you can bet we'll drop a few more degrees. So in the official weather record books, when it goes down, the low will be lower than 63 for the day. So tomorrow morning you wake up, some spots are in the upper 40s. Kids, light jackets heading out the door early tomorrow morning. We do expect to see a few clouds too, especially north of St. Louis in the morning. Most of us, though, get a pretty bright day. Some energy is kind of rotating around this upper level system to our north and east, so that should give us a few clouds working out the door early in the morning. The breeze will pick up through the morning hours too, and during the afternoon, a little gusty wind out of the west-northwest. Temperatures going back into the mid and upper 70s. But for the most part, it's a bright afternoon. Clouds a little more extensive off to the north and east of St. Louis. But for those freshman football games tomorrow afternoon, should be in pretty good shape. In fact, outdoor sporting events all week long are looking pretty good. Notice your temperatures here. We do warm towards the end of the week. We're back into the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees by Saturday, but that comes without the humidity. And that's why, even though there's a front that comes through on Sunday, we don't have a rain chance right now because it looks like the humidity levels are pretty limited, and we're going to have a hard time squeezing any rain out of any weather system that would try to come through here. So it looks like smooth sailing for the next few days.
It looks like a fantastic week on tap. Scott, thank you. A new day begins tomorrow in daytime television.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Starting tomorrow, you can catch up on Days of Our Lives exclusively on the Peacock streaming app. So the NBC network, not KSDK. We had nothing to do with this decision. The NBC network decided to move this popular daytime drama off broadcast television after nearly 57 years. Tomorrow begins the new afternoon lineup. NBC News Daily will take over the 2 p.m. time slot, followed by Inside Edition at 3, Jeopardy at 3:30, and you can still catch 5 on Your Side at 4, and another episode of Jeopardy at 4:30. Again, this all starts tomorrow. Discharged and left with debt, we verify a TikTok trick to lower your hospital bill. Tonight, 3 major credit card companies are making changes to make it easier to track gun sales. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express will begin separately categorizing sales at gun shops. It's a victory for gun control advocates who believe this could help curb mass shootings. All 3 companies say they're committed to lawful purchases of guns and protecting consumer privacy. $30,000. That is the average cost of a 3-day hospital stay. Our Verify team came across a TikTok video claiming you can negotiate that bill down. We asked Ariane Till to verify, is it true?
According to the National Consumer Law Center, a leading cause of bankruptcy in the U.S. is medical debt. They say surprise medical bills from out-of-network doctors play a big role in this issue. A viral TikTok claims that hospitals are legally required to provide an itemized bill, which is a line-by-line breakdown of all medical services and their costs if a patient requests one. These detailed bills allow patients to check for and contest duplicate or erroneous charges. But this claim needs context. Using these sources, let me walk you through what is and isn't required when it comes to hospital bills. There is no federal legal requirement that hospitals provide an itemized bill upon request like that viral video implies, except when it comes to Medicare patients. They have that right regardless of location, according to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. As for everyone else, well, about half of states have laws on the books that give patients the right to receive a copy of an itemized bill from a hospital upon request. In the other states, hospital systems can set their own policies about providing itemized bills. And if they don't have a policy, our experts warn hospitals could refuse to provide you with one. Patient advocacy expert Anne-Marie Quintagli-McElwain says patients should find out if their state has a Patient's Bill of Rights, which is a document that explains how people can reasonably expect to be treated during their hospital stay, including whether or not they're entitled to an itemized bill. What is required nationwide is that hospitals provide a good faith estimate of all costs in advance to medical care for uninsured patients and those paying out of pocket. This is because of the No Surprises Act that went into effect in January. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Like for us to verify, please send an email, verify@ksdk.com. Thanksgiving is still more than 2 months away, but tonight there are already signs of turkey troubles. You might want to start saving now for your Thanksgiving dinner. The price of turkey is surging to record highs. Bird flu is to blame. It's killed more than 6 million turkeys so far. But industry experts say there will be plenty of turkeys in stores during the holidays. Just going to cost more. Tesla and SpaceX founder Elon Musk is worth billions. Now his ex-girlfriend is hoping to make thousands off items from their college romance. She's auctioning candid photos, a necklace, and a signed birthday card. The online auction runs through Wednesday. Gotta do what you gotta do. That is all for 5 on your side at 10. Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. And now here's Frank Cusimano with Sports Plus.